What's up, Wrestlingverse family? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the most explosive returns, the most shocking moments, and all the drama from WWE. If you're not subscribed, you need to hit that button right now and turn on notifications because what just happened on SmackDown is absolutely massive. Seth Rollins has returned to WWE, and he came back with a powerful message specifically for Roman Reigns. But this wasn't just any return. Seth came back after being betrayed by the Vision, and what he had to say about Roman, about their history, and about their future together has changed everything. This return was emotional, it was intense, and it sets up what could be the most significant moment in Shield history. So stick around because we're breaking down Seth's entire return, his message to Roman, and what this means for both men going forward. Let's dive in. Alright, Wrestlingverse family. Let me give you the full context of what led to this incredible moment. Seth Rollins had been leading the new Shield against the Vision in a brutal war. For weeks, these two factions had been tearing each other apart, and Seth had been fighting with everything he had to protect his new brothers and honor the Shield legacy. But then disaster struck. The Vision orchestrated a vicious attack on Seth that left him injured and taken out of action. What made it worse was that members of Seth's own new Shield were involved in the betrayal. The faction he built, the brothers he trusted, they turned on him when he was most vulnerable. Seth was left devastated both physically and emotionally. The betrayal sent shockwaves through WWE. Seth Rollins, the man who knows better than anyone what betrayal feels like because he did it himself years ago, was now the victim of the same kind of backstabbing. The irony wasn't lost on anyone, and Seth disappeared from WWE television to recover and process what happened. For weeks, fans wondered when and if Seth would return. Would he come back seeking revenge? Would he be broken by the betrayal? Would he reform the Shield again? The speculation was endless, and everyone had their theories. But nobody expected what actually happened tonight on SmackDown. The show was in full swing when suddenly Seth Rollins' music hit. The arena absolutely erupted. The crowd went insane as the architect, the visionary, the revolutionary made his way to the ring. Seth looked different. More focused, more determined, with a fire in his eyes that we haven't seen in a long time. Seth grabbed a microphone and the crowd chanted his name loudly. You could see the emotion on his face as he took in the reception. Seth waited for the crowd to settle before he started speaking, and when he did, his words were powerful, deliberate, and aimed directly at one person: Roman Reigns. Seth started by acknowledging what happened to him. He talked about the betrayal by the Vision and his own new Shield members. He was vulnerable and honest, admitting that it hurt, that it reminded him of his own past sins, and that it made him realize something important. The pain of betrayal had brought him clarity. Then Seth shifted his focus to Roman Reigns. He said that being in that ambulance with Roman after his injury changed something in him. Having the tribal chief there, seeing genuine concern from his brother, reminded Seth of what really matters. The Shield wasn't just a faction, it was a brotherhood that transcends everything else. Seth admitted something that shocked everyone. He said that reforming the Shield without Roman was a mistake. He tried to recreate something that couldn't be replicated because the Shield only works with the original members. Roman, Seth, and Dean were the Shield, and anything else is just an imitation. The architect then issued a direct message to Roman Reigns. Seth said that he knows Roman turned down his offer to reunite before, and he understands why. Roman has the bloodline, Roman is the tribal chief, Roman has evolved beyond what they used to be. But Seth argued that the bloodline and the Shield don't have to be mutually exclusive. Seth made a passionate plea to Roman. He talked about how they're facing threats that are bigger than either of them individually. The Vision is still out there, dangerous and destructive. Other factions are rising up. The wrestling world is becoming more chaotic and unpredictable. Seth believes that in times like these, the original Shield brothers need to stand together. What made this moment even more powerful was Seth's acknowledgement of his own betrayal. He didn't shy away from what he did years ago when he smashed the chair across Roman's back. Seth owned it, apologized for it again, and said that if Roman can't forgive him, he understands. But he hopes that what they built together means more than one terrible mistake. Seth's emotion was palpable as he spoke. This wasn't a calculated promo or a manipulative speech. This was genuine, raw emotion from someone who had lost everything and realized what truly mattered. The crowd was hanging on every word, and you could feel the electricity in the arena. The visionary then made his pitch. He proposed that Roman doesn't have to choose between the bloodline and the shield. Roman can lead both. The tribal chief can acknowledge his blood family while also honoring his chosen family. Seth believes that Roman reigns with the bloodline and with his original shield brothers would be absolutely unstoppable. Seth challenged Roman to think about their legacy. He talked about how future generations will remember them, how their story will be told, and whether they want to be remembered as brothers who let pride and circumstances keep them apart. Seth believes they have a chance to write a better ending to the Shield story. The crowd was completely invested in Seth's words. Chants of yes, yes, yes broke out as fans showed their support for a Shield reunion. The energy in the arena was incredible, and you could tell that this was a moment people would remember for years. Seth was speaking from the heart, and everyone felt it. Seth ended his message with a simple but powerful statement. He told Roman that he'll be waiting. Whether it's tonight, next week, or months from now, Seth will be there when Roman is ready to acknowledge that some bonds can never be broken. The ball is now in Roman's court, and the entire WWE universe is waiting for the tribal chief's response. Now let's talk about why this return and message are so significant. First, Seth coming back after the Vision's betrayal creates immediate sympathy for his character. He's the wounded hero who has learned from his past mistakes and is trying to make things right. That's a powerful character arc. The timing of Seth's return is also perfect. Coming to SmackDown, Roman's show, rather than staying on Raw, shows that Seth is serious about this. He's going directly to Roman, not through social media or interviews, but face to face. That directness adds urgency and importance to his message. Seth's acknowledgement of his past betrayal is crucial for his character growth. He's not pretending it didn't happen or making excuses. He's owning what he did and showing that he's learned from it. That kind of character development is what makes wrestling storytelling compelling. The proposal that Roman can lead both the bloodline and the Shield is genius. It doesn't require Roman to give up his current position or character. It actually enhances it by showing Roman as someone powerful enough to lead multiple factions. That's the kind of solution that could actually work in storyline. The WWE Universe's reaction has been absolutely explosive. Social media has been flooded with emotional responses to Seth's return and message. Fans are overwhelmingly supportive of a Shield reunion, and Seth's promo has reignited hope that it could actually happen. The engagement has been incredible. Many fans are praising Seth's promo skills. This was vintage Seth Rollins at his absolute best. The passion, the emotion, the storytelling, everything was perfect. Even people who might not want a Shield reunion have to admit that Seth delivered one of the best promos of the year. Roman Reigns fans are divided. Some want the tribal chief to accept Seth's offer and reunite the Shield. Others want Roman to stay focused on the bloodline and reject Seth again. That division creates fascinating discussion and keeps fans engaged with the storyline. The potential matchups that could come from this are incredible. Imagine the Shield versus the Vision in a full-scale war. Picture the Shield and bloodline standing together against a common enemy. Think about the interactions between Shield members and bloodline members. Every scenario is exciting. There's also the question of Dean Ambrose, now Jon Moxley in AEW. Seth mentioned the original Shield brothers, and Dean was part of that. Could there be a scenario where all three original members reunite? It's unlikely given contract situations, but the fact that fans are even discussing it shows how powerful the Shield brand is. For the bloodline, Seth's message creates interesting dynamics. How do Solo Sikoa and the others feel about this? Do they see Seth as a threat to their position? Or do they recognize that having the Shield on their side makes them stronger? Internal bloodline discussions could be fascinating. Paul Heyman's role in this, if he recovers from his attack, will be crucial. As Roman's advisor, what will the Wiseman counsel the tribal chief to do? Heyman's strategic mind will analyze this from every angle, and his input could sway Roman's decision. Seth's return also impacts the Vision storyline. They betrayed Seth, and now he's back. Does Seth go after them for revenge? Does he let it go to focus on reuniting with Roman? Or does he propose that a reunited Shield helps him get revenge? All options are compelling. The historical significance of this moment cannot be overstated. The Shield is one of the most important factions in WWE history. Their reunion would be a momentous occasion that would draw massive attention from wrestling fans worldwide. This is legacy-defining storytelling. From a business perspective, a Shield reunion is money. Merchandise sales would skyrocket. Ratings would spike. Social media engagement would explode. WWE knows the value of the Shield brand, and Seth's message tonight moves them closer to capitalizing on it. The emotional core of Seth's message is what makes it work. This isn't about championships or winning matches. It's about brotherhood, family, and not letting the past define the future. Those universal themes resonate with audiences beyond just wrestling fans. Roman's response will be must-see television. Will he come out tonight? Will he respond next week? Will he reject Seth again, or will this time be different? The anticipation for Roman's answer is building, and that anticipation keeps fans tuning in. The promo also sets up potential betrayal angles if WWE wants to go that route. If Roman agrees and they reunite, there's always the possibility of another betrayal down the line. That uncertainty keeps the storyline unpredictable and exciting. What's particularly brilliant is that Seth's message works whether Roman accepts or rejects it. If Roman agrees, we get a Shield reunion. If Roman rejects, we get emotional conflict and potentially a future confrontation. Either direction creates compelling television. Seth's return also re-establishes him as a main event player. He's been gone, he's been betrayed, but he's back and immediately involved in the biggest storyline in WWE. That's how you return a top star and maintain their status. The production quality of this segment was excellent. The camera work captured every emotion on Seth's face. The crowd shots showed genuine investment. The audio picked up the passion in Seth's voice. WWE's production team made this feel like the important moment it is. Looking ahead, the possibilities are endless. A Shield reunion against multiple threats. Roman and Seth teaming up while maintaining separate identities. The eventual Shield vs. Bloodline showdown if things go wrong. WWE has created a situation with multiple compelling directions. Alright, wrestling vs. family, that's the complete breakdown of Seth Rollins' incredible return and his powerful message to Roman Reigns. This is the kind of moment that reminds us why we love professional wrestling. Real emotion, compelling storytelling, and the promise of something truly special on the horizon. Now I need to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Should Roman accept Seth's offer? Do you want to see the Shield reunite? What should happen next? Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated on Roman's response and all the developments in this incredible storyline, smash that like button. It helps the algorithm push our content to more wrestling fans. And if you're not subscribed to Wrestling vs. CC, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now. Share this video with every wrestling fan and especially every Shield fan you know. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, and everyone needs to be part of the conversation. Thank you so much for watching Wrestling vs. Family. Seth has spoken, and now the ball is in Roman's court. Until next time, believe in the Shield, stay passionate, and keep being the best wrestling fans in the world. Peace.